Hello, welcome to yet another episode of the Fantasy Threesome Fantasy Premier League podcast. I'm Phil. I'm here with Mike and Ant, and we're here to talk you through our week's planning. I'm wildcarding this week, which is very exciting. I have pushed the button. We go over quickly what we did last week. We got a great quiz in the middle, which Mike surely can't muck up as badly as he did last week. And yes, some other listener questions as well. So, Mike, how are you?
Well, I'm okay, thank you. Enjoying, if I can recommend them, some crisps. They are steak,
all right,
steak ale and caramelized onion ridged crisps. They are Morrison's the best. They're equivalent of Tesco Finest, presumably, and they are flavoursome.
Pleased to hear it.
Other crisps are available.
They are, but they're not as good. No dip needed, mate. Honestly, no dip required.
What drink are you having alongside that?
A sparkling water.
Textbook.
Straight. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's good. It's good.
Very good.
But yes, I'm fine. Thank you very much. Yes. How are you?
Oh, that's nice of you to ask. I'm fine. I've just thrown down some dirty fries, homemade dirty fries myself. So
okay.
If I sound a bit gacky, there was heavy sauce content. Anthony, how are you?
Yes, good boys, good. I've also been eating, but very seasonally. It's obviously been an Easter egg.
Milky Bar.
Love a Milky Bar. Yeah, just recovering from eating my body weight in chocolate, really. So
65 grams.
65 grams of pure white chocolate. Absolutely beautiful. I think I love Easter more than my kids. So there you go.
Sorry, to be clear, you love Easter more than your kids love Easter, or you love Easter more than you love your kids?
Both.
Okay.
I love chocolate that much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, let's see how we got on last game week then. Those regular listeners may remember Mike saying this on last week's podcast, and I haven't looked at how Mike's got on, so this may have come true, but I will lead with Mike's quotations. Bear with me just one moment, please.
Lethargic games. It could be my best week of the season. Oh, I can't wait to clip that. Yeah. In fact, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to say that's what it's going to be.
And can you tell me how many points you reckon you're going to get?
Oh, 100 plus.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'll be a Centurion, for sure.
For sure. Anthony, how are you feeling? Okay, so Mike, claims of being a Centurion. How did it go?
Well, I nearly got halfway to being a Centurion. 41 points. What a frustrating weekend it was. Very mediocre. Mediocre at best. So let's quickly talk you through it. The ones and twos club, or the zero club. Forster, not the inspired signing I thought he was going to be for me in goal. Aspilicueta 0, Digne 1, Bale 1, Son 1, both off the bench. Very frustrating. And then upwards from there, Calvert-Lewin 2, Richarlison 2, doubled up to 4. So really, my only point scorers were Mings with 5, Mount with 6, Rafinha with 6, and Kane 13. And then we just strolled down to my bench there. Lingard sat there on 12 points, none of which were available to me.
Nicely done.
Yeah, so not a great week. Not a great week. What about you boys?
Anthony, how'd you get on?
Well, poor Mike. That is a horrible feeling. I've done this many times this season. We have a lot of points sat on your bench. It's pretty annoying, isn't it? Yeah, I also was hoping for a better week than 61, which in reality was mainly down to the fact that I got Harry Kane right as my captain. We got 26. Another that boys is pretty slim pickings. Ollie Watkins, kept faith with him. He got 7. Rafinha 6. Fernandes 5. Mount, who was benched unbelievably against West Brom, but did come off and score, so he got 6. And the back four was pretty tragic. Cresswell with 1, Keane with 2, Aspilicueta, Chelsea conceding 5 goals at home to West Brom, which I think is more in one game than they conceded in all of Tuchel's games put together up until that point. So he got 0, and Wan-Bissaka with 2. So not a weekend for the clean sheets. The only thing I did get right was I knew that Pep was going to play his favourite game and Mike's favourite game, and I had Gundogan and Stones on the bench, who both didn't play a minute between them. So Yeah, 61 boys. So it keeps me in touch, but I think the top two, I'm afraid, are gone in our league. They do not have a bad week ever, it seems. So, but I would take third place right now if you offered it to me. That is for sure. But yeah, so run of the mill, I would describe it as. What about you,
Come
Phil?
on, Anne. You're better than that, Anne. If I could just say, you're better than that.
What, better than third place or better than run of the mill?
You're better than just aiming for third place.
Oh, I don't know,
I've still
mate.
got very much my eye on the prize in terms of top spot, and so should you.
The good news is that since you were closed, I think you closed the gap to within 100 of me only a few weeks ago. It's now over 400.
Yeah.
So
things have got a bit sticky. Yeah.
But yes, I think that puts you about 500 behind Mr. De Jong, who is currently top of our league. But there is only 10 points between the top two, so it's very tight. But yeah, then I'm 80 odd points behind the top two, which is a big old gap to close with only a handful of games left.
Going into the final week, we should definitely try and get both the boys on if they're still top two, which it looks like they will be.
Absolutely, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be good if it was that close going into the final game?
You mentioned there the defensive record of Chelsea, and I've been thinking for a little while now. I'm not really sure what I bring to the table other than the odd pun. So I've got a catchphrase. I've got a stat about that. That's going to be a new catchphrase.
Good.
Having not conceded in any of their first 674 minutes at home under Thomas Tuchel in all competitions, Chelsea shipped 5 goals against West Brom.
Thank you.
That's knowledge. Right. I had a stat about that.
Nice. I see you've been working on that all week.
Love it. So what about you, mate?
Oh, thanks for asking. So I am in the unenviable position of being around 80 to 100 points behind you, Ant. My sole mission, obviously, at the start of the season is try and get one over on you. Mike, we knew he's reckless, absolutely reckless. but what happens is that I was probably 60 points behind Anthony. And at that point, I knew I had to take some risks because Anthony's played it very safe throughout the whole season. He doesn't make many transfers. He doesn't take any risks. Captaincy, he's always going for the most, common captain, unless a listener is picking it. So I've had to, wheel and deal my way out. So I've got a different team to Anthony. This week, that didn't work so well. Another bad week for me. I ended up on 51. I made the two sort of reckless decisions I made this week were taken out on a 1 week punt because I'm now my wild card. A 1 week punt. I removed Lingard, bought in Mahrez and captained him. So he got me 3 points, doubled up to 6. So that wasn't ideal. And obviously I knew everyone was going to captain Kane, or a large majority were going to captain Kane. I mean, Mike captain Richarlison. I don't understand.
I'll talk you through my thinking of that in a moment.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, Mahrez got me 6. Son, so frustrating watching Son at the moment. He got 1. Kane got 13. Bamford 2. Rafinha 6. Dallas 2. Kept Salah. Was pleased he got a goal, so he got me 8. Martinez, Konsa, Cresswell. I bought in. He's played 3 games. He's got 3 points. He is gone. And Mason Mount got me 6. Finally, though, Ederson kept a clean sheet, but he was on my bench this week. So happy days. And as was Ollie Watkins, he decided to turn up and tap in from a couple of yards. But it's one of those things. So I've made some exciting signings already this week, and we'll maybe go through them we will go through them after the game we play. But yeah, I've got a very different lineup. I've been in touch with Stefan de Jong. I mean, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. But he's actively trying to persuade me to get Bamford out of my squad. So
the guy talks sense.
Yeah,
there's a reason he's top of the league.
Yeah,
I mean, Leeds have got some dirge fixtures coming up in the next 3, and he would be on my bench for all of them. But Bamford, when I bought him, cost me a lot less than he would cost me now to buy him back. I don't know what his value is now, Bamford. but he cost me he's 6.7 now, but he cost me 5.6. So I only actually get 6.2 million if I sell him. So not great. Mike, talk us through captaining Richarlison.
Okay, I will do, but just quickly to say that frontrunner for our lead out song is dodgy, and if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me at this moment in time. Yeah, that is what I spend most of this hour doing, really. So I had a look at the international fixtures as to who had played how many games for their countries. It was well researched, and all the South American internationals were cancelled because of COVID. So I looked at the only South American in my squad and thought, perfect, well rested. He'll have had a week on the training pitch with Carlo. He's been in amongst the goals. Yeah, so on paper, stunning decision. But as ever, in practice, not so great.
Oh, mate. You know what you did? You overthought it.
Yeah, I did.
If you think he overthought that, you should see some of these wildcard suggestions I've got coming in. Not to whet your appetite, but I am very much considering Bamford out, Joe Linton in at the moment.
Excuse me?
Exactly. But anyway,
go ahead.
Well, no, just quickly, Phil.
Go?
Just quickly, Phil. I have got a stat about that because
he's got a stat for that.
It's going to get annoying.
Well, just because you mentioned Joelinton and Newcastle there, and actually that's not a bad shout because Newcastle's XG was 6.
No, we don't do XG.
No, come on. Okay, all right. Well, it was the second most. Oh no, I've got another one then. If you don't want XG,
it's just we don't want to be technical here. There's plenty of good podcasts that get technical.
Oh no. Okay, well, it was the second highest XG in any game this season. Newcastle against Spurs, and the vast majority of that was in relation to Newcastle rather than Spurs.
Newcastle had like 20 shots.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Why was that not your stat?
I did have that. That was going to be my next one, but you well, Joe Willock's equaliser was Newcastle's 17th shot from inside the box against Spurs. It's the single most in a Premier League game under Steve Bruce.
Beautiful.
There's a stat about that.
Wow.
Thank you. So, how did your punts go then, boys? I won last week, and it meant that, well, actually, you picked your captain, Mike, because Craig Richards didn't get back to you in time, did he?
He messaged me saying, have so-and-so, but if you want to just pick your own. So I just picked my own.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's
defeats
kind.
the object, but that's fine.
Thank you, Craig.
How did your punt get on this week? Mike, who did you have?
I do not know. As ever. It's the weekly thing, but they didn't do anything.
Anthony?
Well, I was going to go for the man that you went for, which you will obviously quite happily tell us about in a minute, but I had to change it last minute, so I just went for the first person I saw with 2% ownership, and that was Semedo of Wolves.
Oh yeah,
did a little pep talk for him, into the camera. Didn't work, did it? So,
no.
Phil, why don't you tell us how yours did?
I will. I mean, I was watching that West Ham Wolves game, and even though I took Lingard out, I'm still really happy for him. He looks like he's playing in fast forward. He's amazing. And I was watching that game thinking about your Semedo decision, and I wanted to text you loads of abuse during the game, but I was so fearful of him just popping up with a somehow consolation goal, so I didn't. So I went for Pulisic last week, and he scored. So I win, which is exciting to win that. At least I'm winning that.
Hey, sorry, Phil, just quickly. You mentioned Jesse Lingard there. I have got a stat about that. Because no player has been involved in more Premier League goals than Jesse Lingard since he debuted for West Ham on February the 3rd. 6 goals, 3 assists.
Thank you. Is there a way, just so I know, of muting you?
Oh.
Brutal.
Oh, I actually do a little bit of research.
Mike, I'm going to stick up for you here. I am enjoying your stats, mate. You carry on.
Thank you. It's a 1 week only. It's a 1 week only.
I think your catchphrase would sound better in an Aussie accent. Can you try that out for me?
Sure. G'day, mate. There's a stat about that.
G'day, mate.
It's like Jason Donovan's around.
It is a bit like that.
I can do that for the rest of the pod.
Jason Donovan's daughter is now in Neighbours.
Oh.
Harlow.
Oh, isn't that exciting?
Yeah. Anyway. Right, so that means because I won, then you boys are up against each other in the quiz this week, and the loser will get their captain picked. And this week, Ibrahim Asmin is going to pick it because he very cleverly went for Matthias Pereira. Matthias Pereira.
Wait, who?
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. Matthias Pereira, who was insane against Chelsea, and that was disappointing, to be honest, because I've had him for at least half the season, watching him get me 2 pointers. But
what's our listener's name?
Ibrahim Asmin.
Well, I hope he's as mean as hell to you, Ant, because you're going to lose.
Oh, big talk from the big man.
Yeah,
let's do this.
So we're gonna play the same game as last week, but slightly less because it did take over the whole podcast last week. So there are 5 players, and I will go through their previous clubs in order. And each time I name a club, you boys you have to shout your name, and then you get a guess. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because I did listen back to last week's, and prior to me not shouting my name, the previous answer, Ant had not shouted his name. And I lost as a result of that. But I'm just saying.
Oh, there's a stat for that.
No, I've got a step for that.
That's a lot better. Okay. So you understand the rules. I'm going to give you a club, and I'll be giving you 5 different players, but club by club, I will tell you who they've played for.
Is it possible to give us the year?
No, you've only got 5.
Okay, as you were.
Let's do this.
They are all available on the Fantasy Premier League website.
Oh yes, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the first team that this player played for is, and please do apologise for my pronunciation, Envigado. Envigado.
I will go for Thomas Partey.
It's good, but it's not right.
And Richarlison.
It's good, but it's not right. Next club then. Banfield.
Mike.
Yes.
Sergio Aguero.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Anthony.
Gundogan.
Incorrect. The next club was Porto.
And
yes.
Coutinho.
Incorrect.
I feel like I was onto something with Aguero, but I can't think of anybody else.
Do you want the next club?
Oh, no, wait, they're a midfielder. They're a midfielder, and they play with Aguero internationally. Oh! No, okay, carry on.
Strange that you think that. Next club is Monaco. Monaco, previously managed by Thierry Henry.
Bournemouth legend.
What could have been?
What could have been?
Monaco.
No.
Okay. Next club, Real Madrid. Is that a lot of clubs?
Mike. I've got it. And I am right, but he doesn't play internationally. But he is James Rodriguez.
He is correct. Yes, he is.
Oh, I think you're going to say it's wrong, Carl. Good shout.
James Rodriguez. Very good, Mike. Did you know that Banfield were an
Argentinian
team?
They're an Argentinian team.
Yeah. I thought that would throw you both into thinking it was some sort of non-league team in I don't know, East Sussex or somewhere. Okay. Next player then. So 1-0 to Mike. He is up for this.
Must be the crisps.
They're so good, guys. Honestly, I'll just say it one more time. Steak and ale, caramelized onion, ridge crisps. Morrison's the best.
Cool.
Incredible.
Thanks for that.
Beautiful.
Thanks for that. Next player then started his career and then had some loans at Manchester United. Ooh.
Well, there's a lot of come through the ranks at Man United.
Anthony.
Oh no. I was going to say Pogba. And then,
Incorrect.
Yeah, the loans, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a nice idea. Nice idea. No, I've got no idea at the moment.
Okay, he then went to Royal Antwerp on loan.
Oh, that is
Which
a
Man United player? Yeah.
That's a well trodden path. I remember Richie Delat went to Royal Antwerp from Manchester United.
Oh, lovely callback.
And Phil Jones.
Yeah. Incorrect.
Mike.
Yes.
Danny Drinkwater.
Incorrect.
Oh, that was a shout. That was a good shout.
Then went to Sunderland on loan.
Makeda? Has he come back? Federico Makeda?
Is that your guess?
No,
because you didn't say your name.
It was 15 years ago this week that he came on and scored that goal for Manchester United as a 17-year-old. No.
Maybe this will help you. The next season, he then went on loan to Sunderland again.
Oh, okay.
It might help.
It should help.
Mike,
Dean Henderson.
Incorrect. Next, he went to West Bromwich Albion. Permanent move, I believe.
Mike. I've got it. It's Sam Johnston.
Mike, you're wrong.
Oh.
That's me.
I feel like I should know this. The West Brom one. No. Can't think of a name.
He then went to Leicester City.
Oh, and
yes,
Johnny Evans.
It is England's Johnny Evans.
England's best centre-back. Yes!
Brilliant.
How is he not in that team?
Dear.
Very well played.
I mean, he's represented Northern Ireland 91 times, but who knows?
Minor detail.
Okay, next is neck and neck then. Next one. Well, I'm going to give you the team they played for in their youth as well for this one, because the team name is that good that it deserves, a bit of recall. So, this player started their youth career at Generation Foot.
Ooh. Well, that gives it away.
Generation Foot. Anyone just to throw out a guess?
Wilfred Ndidi.
Unfortunately, you didn't say a name.
Mike.
Anthony?
Wilfred Ndidi.
Incorrect.
And Harry Kane.
Incorrect. Okay, he then went to Mets.
Mike. N'Golo Kante.
Incorrect.
Oh. That's what I was going to go for. That's a good shout. Yeah. No, nothing. No guess from me.
He then went to Red Bull Salzburg.
Anthony.
Mohamed Salah.
Incorrect.
Mike. Timo Werner.
Incorrect. He next went to Southampton.
Oh.
Yikes.
Mike, got it. I have got it. I'm going to do a song because it's Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane.
It is Sadio Mane. Well done.
Good shout. We never got that. Well done.
Okay, Ant, you need this one.
Okay, here it is. Let's do it.
Okay, so I don't know which one to go with. I'll go with this one because the picture on Wikipedia of this person is not complimentary. It is
Phil Jones.
Brilliant.
Oh, poor Phil Jones.
Good old Phil.
Poor Phil Jones.
Must be something in the name.
Okay, so this player started their career at Burnley.
Mike.
Yep.
Jay Rodriguez.
Oh, so close. And it's correct.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yes!
No. Did he
Wow.
really?
Well. What a performance.
Burnley, then Sterling Albion, Barnsley, Southampton, West Brom, to finally then come back to Burnley. Have a look at the Wikipedia picture of Jay Rodriguez, everyone. He looks miserable.
What a shame you didn't call him Tom.
Do you want... So, Anthony, you've lost. Your captain's being picked by a listener. Do you want to do the final one just as a, so you can sort of regain some pride?
Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
By the way, Ant, just for your reference, there he is.
Wow. I mean, when...
It was taken when he left school, wasn't it?
was going to say, good grief.
On his way to court or something.
Well,
Okay.
we'll put that on Twitter.
Okay, cool. Right, so the final player then started their career at Ipswich Town.
And oh no,
go for it.
David McGoldrick.
Incorrect.
I'm pretty sure we had this last week. Mike, Cresswell, Aaron Cresswell.
Incorrect.
Okay.
I'm not very bright, but I'm cleverer than putting the same player in 2 weeks in a row. The next club we went to was Sunderland.
Oh.
No.
I feel like I should know it, but I don't.
Next, he had his first of 3 loans at Sheffield Wednesday.
Leon Clark.
Isn't it funny the names you associate with football clubs? You know, they've had some great players down the year. Sheffield Wednesday, David Hurst, Carbone. But you've got for Leon Clark.
Could have had DiCanio in there as well, yeah.
I'm struggling. I'll go Dean Henderson again.
Incorrect. He then went to Leeds United on loan.
And this is from who? From Sunderland?
Yep.
And Ayling.
Got it. I've got it. Mike Botto.
Incorrect. Yep.
Jordan Pickford.
No.
Oh. Your bum was twitching, Ant. Am I right?
Well, I mean, I've lost anyway, mate. So it's
come on.
It's twitched off.
Okay.
It's always
Okay.
twitching. Okay. Next we went to Crystal Palace.
Yeah. Yeah, what's his name? Mike Botto.
No, not Mike Botto. He wasn't there.
That's my name.
Got him.
Oh, that could be. That's not my name. His name is just balls. He's a striker, and not a very good striker at that.
Let me give you a clue. His surname is the name of a football league club.
Clark Carlisle.
Incorrect.
He is a striker, isn't he? And not a very good one.
I mean, you could call him a striker. His strike rate wouldn't say.
But he's listed as a striker on the game, isn't he?
He is listed as a striker. On the game.
It's so annoying. I can't remember his name.
His surname is a club in the Championship.
He was hot property.
Somebody Millwall.
Oh man, that's really annoying.
Surname is a club in the Championship, boys. Come on now.
Is it Connor somebody?
Yes, it is.
Oh God, I can't even remember his surname.
Connor, eh?
Oh, that's so annoying. I feel like I've done quite well here. I know his name's Connor. I know he's a striker. I know he plays for those clubs, and I know
Connor
he's
Wickham.
very good.
And
Connor Wickham. That's it.
Anthony, well done. Well done. It
2 years
means
later.
nothing, but well done, Connor Wickham. Poor Connor Wickham. You took a long time to realise who he was.
I forgot Wickham were in the Championship, to be honest.
Oh, they're mounting a late revival.
They are. Fair play to him. Yeah, we'd love to see them stay up.
So, boys, let's move on to looking at wildcard teams. Especially, well, and if you had a wild card, but we can look at this in 2 ways because you've got to maintain a position now. You're the chasee, not the chaser. Who would be sort of the crucial players that you would be having in your team?
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, are you looking to make a lot of changes here? I know what you normally do with a wild card, but 8, 9, or are you just going to make your 5, 6, or 7?
Well, so far this week, I think I have made 5, and
Really?
I will definitely be making at least
pathetic.
2 more.
I was going to say that's pathetic. I make 5 a week without.
I was going to say, Mike makes 7 a week.
Up your game, mate.
But it's kind of I have to because my team is too similar to Ant's. You know, needs must.
Despite their bizarre defeat, which I think we can probably put that down to 1-off and being down to 10 men at the weekend, I'd still be looking at Chelsea assets, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, defensively, again, I think that was just an odd game, an oddity. You know, Pulisic is coming back into the team now. He looked good. He won you the punt. You know, he's a differential as well. Still under 2% ownership for him.
But he got subbed. He got subbed off.
He did, but well, Mason Mount would be the one for me as well. Both for England and Chelsea, he's looked absolute class. Scored 6 points, even coming off the bench at the weekend. So Fernandez, you've taken him out, haven't you?
Well, yeah. Crucially, he is back in my team as we speak. I've just been able to find the funds.
Yeah, looking at their fixtures
back in.
Yeah, looking at United's fixtures: Wolves, Fulham, Villa, Leeds, Burnley. They got some winnable games, Man United, before the end of the season. So, I mean, I've not taken him out. I've had him in from fairly early doors. So, those would be a few made. But I don't want to give you too much advice because I don't want you to catch me.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't go with necessarily those players. I'll talk you through what I've done so far then.
Please do.
So I had Martinez and Ederson, which was a luxury that I had when there was a double game week. But I've been carrying Ederson ever since. So Ederson's gone. And at 4 million, if I want to have 2 keepers, 4 million, Forster's on my bench. That's fine. So
trust me, it's not fine.
He's on my bench. He's on my bench. And like this week, he's playing West Brom and Martinez is away at Liverpool. So there's a chance I might switch him up. Although Martinez gets save points for fun, doesn't he?
I'm surprised of the two that you're letting Ederson go, because I've got a stat for that. Man City have kept more clean sheets, 28 of them. They've conceded fewer goals, 26 of them, in all competitions this season. And that is more than any other team in Europe's top 5 leagues.
And I do appreciate that. But when I've had him in, he has been dirt.
Conceded.
And
you had him in the one time Man City decided to concede goals.
Yeah, and to be honest, with that, he's a very expensive asset. You know, I got about 2 million to spend in other places, and Martinez, even though he's got some tricky fixtures, he gets a lot of save points. He's a great asset. The next one I'm slightly worried about is Rudiger, because he's had a bust up, hasn't he? Did you read about this? He's had a bust up with Kepa.
With Kepa, yeah.
And that's the reason he got benched the other day.
Yeah, apparently Rudiger threw a punch towards Kepa. Kepa tried to stop it, couldn't. So
I don't know the ins and outs of that. Obviously, Chelsea are playing tonight, so I don't know. I don't know if they have played Rudiger this time. I'm not sure. He might have been resting him, but when Thiago Silva got sent off, he brought on Christensen, not Rudiger, which was a slight worry for Rudiger.
They've still got some tough games there, actually. Well, some of Chelsea's games. We've still got West Ham away, Man City away, Leicester home, Arsenal home, then with Villa.
And are you able just to try and take your mic out of your beard? Cheers, mate.
Sure.
That is. Yeah, they have got some tricky games, but they have got of everyone, they've got one of the best runs. So I'm still thinking I'll stick with triple Chelsea. Cresswell I've got at the moment. Cresswell won't be there. I've not enjoyed his ownership despite him being the most owned defender in the game. 2 people I have bought in, and because I need to go risky, I'm going triple Liverpool. Now at the moment,
I bought Trent in this week.
So I've got Trent and I've got Salah, and then my decision then on triple Liverpool is either I go Jota, who I can get in for Mount, or at the moment I've got Nat Phillips.
Oh gosh, no!
It's a gamble, but he's been playing well. £4 million for a starting Liverpool defender. Their fixtures are very good.
They are very good, but I just don't fancy them defensively at all. I've bought Trent in for obviously, you know, he offers going forward as much as he does, you know, defensive points. But I'm not sure even at 4 million that I'd be looking at Phillips. But
you're looking at a 4 million defender who started the last 3 games for Liverpool. He has played well in all 3 games. He played again last night against Real Madrid. So he's obviously started to get trusted and build some sort of relationship with Kabak. And so £4 million, he enables me to have the likes of Fernandez, the likes of Trent. In the midfield, I've got Salah, Mahrez, who, as I said last week, I'm just keeping, but I won't captain him again. That was frustrating. I don't want to captain City players.
Foolish.
But Mahrez will be starting every week in my team, if not Pep's. I then got Fernandes, who I've got two options. I either keep Fernandes every week, or Fernandes becomes my one transfer every week.
Okay.
I'm considering...
It's a big player each week.
Yeah. So I'm considering that position for anyone that is either playing Leeds or Newcastle. Whoever the best team is playing Leeds or Newcastle, because I think they're leakiest. I am suggesting I have their best midfielder in that spot. So it might be a 7 million midfielder. It might be 11.5 million midfielder, but I should be able to afford them.
I tried following a team like that. I don't know if you remember West Ham. I was convinced they were going down this season. My first 14 games weeks were all around teams that were playing against West Ham. Can I just throw in a bit of an odd one that I've brought in this week?
Please.
I've got to remember his name. Martin Odegaard.
Yes.
Arsenal.
Yeah, I've brought him in.
Wonder.
Yeah, I've brought him in. His next 2 game weeks are away at Sheffield United and home to Fulham. He's starting every week. He scored 10 points a couple of weeks ago. So
how much is he? I have interest.
That much I don't
He's
know.
pretty cheap. He's 6 million. He's 6 million.
Yeah, he's pretty cheap.
Yeah, so I've bought him and Salah in this week.
My only worry with him is it's just Arsenal, isn't it? Yeah, the winnable games, aren't they? But you never know what you're going to get with Arsenal, and more often than not, it's dross. They were lucky to get 0 against Liverpool the weekend, weren't they? So, but yeah, it's a good little differential there. So, not the worst shot in the world.
I've got to say about that because Arsenal attempted just 1 shot in the first half against Liverpool, and that is for the first time since 2015 when they hosted Spurs.
Good thing is with Arsenal, like you say, they are inconsistent, but their next 5 fixtures are ridiculous. Sheffield United away, Fulham at home, Everton at home, and I don't think that's a hard fixture these days. Newcastle away, West Brom at home.
Okay, so Arsenal assets then. Who else could you go for there, Phil?
The obvious one is Lacazette. I mean, I could swap out Fernandes and get a half decent midfielder, and then swap out Bamford to Lacazette.
Oh well, yeah, that's an upgrade.
Aubameyang, too much money,
and pointless. I don't get why Aubameyang's playing in that position. He's not getting goals from that position unless it's a penalty.
Fair point.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about Aubameyang right now. The issue is Spurs have got a double game week coming up.
Next week, I believe, actually.
Yeah, so I mean, I didn't see much in that game to make me think I want to get triple Spurs for that week. Are you boys considering it?
I've actually just taken out both Son and Bale.
Yeah.
With a double game. I knew there was a double game week coming up, but I was so peed off about their performance against Newcastle that I've just kept Kane. Just to keep up with the Joneses, really, in terms of having Kane up front. But I took out Bale and Son.
Interesting that quote, wasn't it, for the weekend from Jose, saying that somebody asked him about how the Spurs are leaky, they can't hold on to a lead, and he said something along the lines of same coach, different players.
Yeah, it's not great management, if you ask me.
No, no, agreed.
He regularly throws them under the bus. I mean, let's not forget. I mean, I remember a month ago, I was cycling through the New Forest, listening to the Spurs game. I think they're playing Burnley, and they were demolishing them. And Bale was on fire. Son was playing. Kane was playing well, but they're so in and out. At the moment they have a bad result, Mourinho just turns on them.
Yeah.
Well, look what he did to poor old Luke Shaw when he was at United, and now look how Luke Shaw's playing under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That says something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So rounding off my midfield, I got Mount, which is an interchangeable position with Lingard. I really want Mount. But
Mount. He's sorry, just to interject there. He's just scored a beauty apparently for Chelsea tonight in the Champions League against Porto. So
really?
He is a man on form. And for me, Lingard is somebody I'm going to try and get in. I think, he's kind of the man to have in at the moment. Mike, who's actually now working for Opta, has highlighted.
Oh, okay, all right. I mean, blow my cover. I'm just on Opta's Twitter feed, really.
Oh, okay. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, listen to this or just subscribe to Opta.
Yeah,
on Twitter.
Opta are very good to follow if you do like stats, like Mike clearly does. Lingard's just absolutely flying, isn't he? He's the man to have in your team at the moment.
How's the horse bolted now on Lingard?
No, but I think you're joining a very popular club in terms of ownership there. Like if you're looking for, differentials, then I don't know. That's the best move, really.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, up front, it's Kane and who else? Who would you go for up front? I mean, at the moment, I'm looking at Joe Linton. I've currently got Iniacho.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't really feel confident about that. I mean, he had a good game week the other week, but I'm not hugely confident that he's going to be playing constantly. But if he is, he's got great fixtures after next week. He's got West Ham away, game week 32. Then he's got West Brom, Palace, Southampton, Newcastle. So I thought I may as well keep him in. I don't want Vardy. He scored once since, I don't know, January or something.
Yeah, too much money as well.
I'm struggling because I've got double Everton, which is great this week because they're away at Brighton, and I think there'll be goals in that game. But beyond that, I've got to ship them both out because their run after that it's not very nice, really. Arsenal away, Aston Villa at home. They never seem to do very well at home against Aston Villa. West Ham away. So I'll be looking to ship them both out. So I'm listening with open ears as well, really, in terms of candidates to replace them with.
Well, the issue with Everton is that haven't they got another game to play at some point?
Yeah,
probably.
I think
them and Villa have got to play each other.
Yes. Okay. So that's the game. Yeah, that's the game then. Yeah.
But it hasn't been announced when that's happening yet. But Everton and Villa have played a game less than everyone else.
Phil, what about Chris Wood at Burnley? We flagged this up, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago?
Sorry, lads. Just to be clear, that game has been announced against Villa, and it is Saturday, the 1st of May, which presumably is FA Cup semi-final day.
Okay.
So yeah, that is booked in.
But
they haven't announced if that's a double game week or what?
No, they haven't. But it's game week 34.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, Stefan de Jong said to me about Chris Wood, Ant.
Yeah. Well, looking at their fixtures, Newcastle home, that's a big old game, that one of the weekend. Wolves away, Fulham away, West Ham home, Leeds home, and they end with Sheffield United away. He's second in the form table for strikers at the moment.
Is he?
He really is, yeah. He is.
We did flag him up, didn't we? We did flag up Burnley as having
as having good fixtures.
Yes, we flagged up Burnley. This is the issue.
I've got a stat about that because Chris Wood's penalty was the 100th taken in the Premier League this season, the 83rd to be converted, and only in 3 other seasons have we seen more goals scored from the penalty spot.
Thanks, Opta.
Okay. Hey, you're welcome.
I'm not too sure how long stats can continue being splurted out like this, but I appreciate your hard work.
It was really just a few screenshots taken. I don't want to.
Okay. Yeah. The issue I've got with Chris Wood is that I don't enjoy watching Burnley, and I quite enjoy if I've got a player, I'll sit down and watch their game.
Like Burnley.
But doesn't it brighten a Burnley game up for you, knowing that you've got a player playing?
In a way it does, but in a way it makes me think, I should probably be spending time with my family, not watching Burnley play Newcastle at home.
Yeah, that's fair.
If not, mate, just if in doubt, just go for David McGoldrick.
That is something that I won't be doing.
What about Mitrovic?
Well,
scored his first goal in 22 Premier League appearances for Fulham at the weekend, ending a streak of 45 shots attempted without a goal.
Oh, I see. Doing it without the catch rate.
For that.
I was just trying to make it feel a bit more natural, but
no, it's a lovely effort.
You flagged it up, really.
Mitrovic was another one of those that I'm considering, only because I know that Anthony isn't going to touch these players with a barge pole, and that should really be a warning. I should get them.
I mean, just to go right back to the start where you basically called me boring, I'll quite happily be boring, mate, if it means I finish above you and come third in our league.
Yeah, you misunderstand. I'm not I'm not saying you're boring. I'm saying you're playing it safe now, which is exactly what I would do. I
always play it safe, boys.
I wouldn't be thinking, oh, I'll get Joe Linton in if I've got, something to lose. I wouldn't be doing that. But I don't mind. It's that point in a game where I'm losing 2-1. I prefer to lose 3-1, knowing that I've had a go, than just set it 2-1.
That's lovely. It really is lovely.
That is nice. You've got nothing to lose from here, have you? Because if you do beat me from here, then I'll never want to talk to you again because you will be unbearable.
What about Danny Ings, Phil?
Yeah,
your good friend.
He's possible. He is possible if I ditch Fernandez for, say, Lingard, which I could do. It's whether I want a position that I can swap out every game week and target those weaker teams.
Danny Ings is actually a great shout, I have to say. Did you see the goals he scored against Burnley the weekend? They were really well taken, weren't they? He looked lively. Yeah, that's a good shout. I'll be honest though, I haven't seen what Southampton's fixtures are like though.
I had a great stat about Danny Ings. I had a really good stat and I didn't screenshot it. But that's great content, isn't it?
Thanks very much. The listeners will be pleased.
No, it was something like he holds the record for consecutive games where he scored against previous teams.
Yeah,
so he scored against
as well.
Burnley, Liverpool.
Yeah, he does celebrate.
Can't remember who else. But yeah.
I mean,
he's very underrated, I think, Danny Ings. Do you not think?
Oh, there's talk of him going to City, isn't there?
What?
Yeah, but very much so, yeah.
Wow, okay.
City or Spurs. I think he'll end up at City or Spurs, I think.
Wow.
Why would he go to Spurs? The thing is, and this is Spurs' issue, because they play one up top, if you're a striker, you're not going to go there knowing that you're back up.
I don't think he will be back up because I think they'll lose Kane this summer.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do.
To who?
He's making noises, isn't he, Harry Kane? He's been asked questions. He's not batting them back in the way that Spurs fans would want him to. I think he'll end up at somewhere like Real Madrid.
I think before that happens, I can see Kane going to the board and saying, look, it's Mourinho or it's me.
Ooh.
Wow. Cool. Controversial.
Well, there we go. There's a little bit of conjecture from all of us.
He's certainly at a club where he should be winning trophies at a regular basis, isn't he? And, he shouldn't be in a Spurs team that are pottering around 6th, 7th, 8th in the league. So,
another player you could be looking at is Callum Robinson, but I would point out that all of Callum Robinson's 4 goals this season have come against Chelsea. So that is the highest total. That is the highest total by a player in the competition, with 100% of them coming against the same opponent.
Gosh, you can't tell that you're on holiday, can you?
Yeah.
I mean, bear in mind that, and you'll back me up on this. Mike has week in, week out turned up for the podcast and gone, look, boys, just a heads up, I have no idea what's going on. I haven't done any preparation.
It's amazing. It never shows.
I don't know who my punt was. And this week is non-stop stats.
Yeah, I still don't know who my punt was, but
that's kind of a regular thing for you, mate. You do.
I think it was a Chelsea player. Yeah.
Danny, by the way, Danny Ings is playing home against West Brom this week, but then is Spurs away. Then he's got no game in game week 33, and then he's got Leicester and Liverpool.
They have got a game to sneak in somewhere against Palace, haven't they? Which is to be confirmed. I just saw that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So that may end up in game week 33.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, Danny Ings would be certainly one I'd be looking at. It's a good shout.
Okay, thank you very much.
Callum Robinson is a no from me.
Just quickly on him. How good was his volley at the weekend, by the way?
Yeah, that was delightful.
Botto-esque. Botto-esque.
Which Botto?
Me, probably.
Left foot, so I'm going to go Phil.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah,
was it
and also, it went in as well.
It flew in. It did fly in.
So,
Mike's on his way to Ringwood.
So my differential it's probably going to be quite a differential wild card. Not many teams have got Mahrez. Not many teams will have Nat Phillips. Trent, I called before this week when he got an assist, and now everyone's getting back on that. And a couple of variations up front as well. Maybe it'll be Ings. Maybe anyone who isn't Kane is a differential at the moment, aren't they?
The problem is, are you looking for green arrows, or are you just looking to catch Ant? Because it doesn't really matter what anybody else has got in terms of differential. If Ant is your pure focus, then you just need to pick players that aren't in his team, right?
That's true, but I never looked at Ant's team. I don't know who he's got. But I know it'll be safe players. It'll be like safer than safe. I mean, Ant will have bubble wrapped his team to make sure that nothing goes wrong.
Yeah, look, I'm just going to say a few things here about my team. I've actually picked players and got them in before everyone else jumped on the bandwagon. Gundogan being one, Aspilicueta being another. So I don't always play it safe. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No,
I am quite good at picking a sneaky player.
I must admit, that's something that this season I've not had that feeling of, I'm glad I got them early. Like last year, I had Mount, actually, from the start of the season, because it was his sort of debut Premier League season, wasn't it, under Frank? And I felt really clever because I had him in and not many other teams did. And then other people bought him in. And a bit it's similar to Pookie, actually, who I'm looking forward to buying next year again. Yeah. And he did well for me in my Gaffer team this week. But I haven't had a single player this year who I've gone, I'm glad I got him in early. I've been chasing too much. So I'm now just going to have a whole team of, randoms. But hopefully one of those will do well.
Yeah. I've had a sticky week on Gaffer. I am.
I haven't done it yet. I need to get on board with that next season, definitely.
By the way, that pun went right over Ant's head.
I know it did. I know I did. It did.
Yeah, no, you're just too clever for me, mate.
That's right. Listen to it back on the tape.
By the way,
that went over both your heads. That's.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah.
Gaffer tape. Never mind.
I had a great week on Gaffer. Buendia, Pookie. Max Aarons, Dan Tuber, wonderful. This isn't a Gaffer podcast.
No. How good are Norwich? Just quickly, goodness me, I don't think they'll struggle so much next season back in the Premier League.
I think they will.
Do you reckon? I know they were only playing Huddersfield the other night, but goodness me, absolutely tore them a new one.
Yeah, no, I think they will.
Oh, I can't wait for it to be Pookie time again.
No, Pookie party. I had him for a good 2/3 of last season, so yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, look how that went. The thing is, you needed him for a good quarter of the season, and then
you needed him for the first game.
Yeah.
That's the issue with Pookie last year. Okay, boys. Well, you haven't really helped that much, but
okay, great.
You bashed my wise move of bringing in Nat Phillips. So if you had the choice, then put it this way: if you had the choice of Nat Phillips and Fernandez, or Jota and Diaz from City, who would you go for?
Jota and Diaz.
Would you?
Yeah. Jota's right in form at the moment, and I would go. Amazingly, I'm going to go with Mike again here. I'm going to go with I would go with that as well. I'm not sure about Nat Phillips, mate.
I know, but he's 4 million. I'm getting sucked in.
Yeah, there's a reason.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter whether he's 4 million. If you've got the money to spend, you don't need to just spend 4 million on Nat Phillips. You can get Jota and Diaz.
It feels like I've gone to Tesco's and I'm walking around and I know what I've gone in for, and then I've seen Nat Phillips is cheap on the shelf, and I thought, I can't even remember what I needed here, but I'll go out with this. That's the problem.
Yeah, and Holly is going to be living when you get home, and you've not actually bought bread. You've just bought a cheap, reduced bag of cabbage.
Oh, I mean, that is harsh on Nat Phillips. I mean, he's got a skinhead now. He'd nut you.
Okay. All right.
Just quickly talking about Tesco's, if I may just go slightly off-piste. Scan and shop. Have either of you boys done it?
No. Oh, yeah. Love a bit of scan and shop.
Do you?
Yeah.
So this week, I took my daughter to the shop, and we're still doing mum's shopping. So by the time I get there, I've got £150 worth of groceries. Yeah, big family shop.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Our shopping for our mother. Sorry, I was wondering quite what. Yeah,
shopping for our mother. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. And not shopping for a replacement mother.
No, sure.
You must understand. So we've got all of this, and the good thing about Scanner Shop is you can bag it up as you go along. You have it all neat and tidy. Get to the checkout. Oh, you've been selected for a random check. Oh, okay, mate. Yeah, check a few items. For your whole trolley. Unbelievable.
What? I haven't come across that.
He had to check my whole trolley. This is in Salisbury me and my daughter had to stand for 20 minutes whilst he unpacked everything and scanned everything again just to check I wasn't nicking some chocolate chips or something.
Oh, good grief. I haven't come across that. I mean, you could have just gone through a normal till, mate, and been home and been drinking a cup of tea in that time. Dear, oh dear.
So I've heard some bad news, boys. I'm going to share it with you now.
Oh no!
Stat is that I've not got the gig I was hoping for. I applied for an announcing gig outside Wembley Stadium during the Euros and didn't get it, lads. Didn't even get to the interview stage. They've decided they're only going to appoint female announcers.
What?
Well,
how very sexist.
It does feel like the pendulum has swung the other way, but you know, it's fine. It's fine, lads. I'm fine. I'd much rather sit back and watch it on the telly with you boys anyway.
Oh, bring that on.
Unfortunately, lockdown. But it would have.
You would hope not in June.
Oh, we got round 4 coming by June, surely, boys.
Oh, come on.
But by that time, Mike would have had 4 jabs, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, he's already had he's had numerous jabs. He just rocks up and says, "In there, please."
Yeah. Get in this bit here.
So haven't I seen you before, but without that moustache? No, sir, I do not know.
Wasn't your hair blue last week?
My hair was blue last week. Anyway, let's talk about should we talk about our punts? Are we nearly done here?
Yeah, let's talk about our punts because I've gone French accent, and I think that we all know that's the time to stop.
And who have you gone for, mate?
I've gone for a man whose banging form was basically the punt winner for our listener this week, Mr. Pereira, at home to Southampton.
Okay. Well, I've gone for a player in the same game. This player has either scored or assisted in 5 of Southampton's last 6 goals in all competition, and he netted in back-to-back matches for the first time since December 2018. Nathan the Redmond.
No way. Good shout.
Oh, Nathan the Redmond. Wow. Okay. Now, controversially, because I bag on you boys for picking defenders all the time because I think it's a dirty tactic, but you've riled me here. So I am going for Nat Phillips of Liverpool.
Okay.
Oh, I look forward to seeing him not start.
I look forward to your message, mate. I look forward to your message because I'm sure it will happen. I'm going Nat Phillips of Liverpool. Okay. Let's see what he does. And Anthony, you'll have to get in touch with.
I will get my team on Twitter.
Our winner. So we will see what happens there. Hopefully, he can. I mean, you're that far ahead. I could really do with him. Who have you got in your team, man? Who do I want him to pick?
Well, I've got 2 free transfers this week, boys. So I think I'm going to be shipping out my Man City assets. But you're probably at the moment, if it was my team how it is at the moment, you are probably going to want to have Bamford away at Manchester City, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, because that way it's good if he scores because I told you so. And then if he doesn't, I can celebrate a Blankford.
Brilliant. Or Martinez in goal away at Anfield. Although then again, as we know, there's not it's not happening for Liverpool there at the moment, is it? So
Nat Phillips scores a couple of bullet headers past him.
That freshly shaven head.
Indeed.
Yeah. Lovely.
Well, boys, thank you. I feel like it's been a bit higgledy-piggledy tonight, and that's probably my fault due to the amount of sauce in my system. But I think it's been useful. It's been therapeutic for me, if nothing else. You all right, Mike?
You did. It just sounded like a euphemism. That's all. He's got a lot of sauce in his system.
We have discovered that I love chocolate more than my kids, and that you were shopping in Tesco's for a new mum. So we've all learned something.
And Mike actually prepared.
Mike with some lovely stats.
Thanks, guys. It won't happen again.
Boys. Well, that just leaves us to say farewell. Thank you for listening. Sorry it's late this week. Oh, okay.
This one's going out to Stefan de Jong from Phil. Don't forget we're on Twitter somewhere.
At FPL Threesome Pod.
I got an aching in my bones. I've been exposed to what I want to see. I'm sorry, how do you get through? The fuse is burning somewhere. It's drenched in heat. It's where I long to be.
You always start
Here we
too
go.
high.
There's always two sides. You're right.
Wembley's losses are game.
If it's heaven, then send me to hell. So stay in the light. Don't take your eyes from the prize. Hey, there goes the bell.
Is there too many crisps?
Stefan
He was
Dion,
once described.
it's for you. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for two. It's what I want to see.
Shambles.
Good
Absolute
enough for
shambles.
you.
One glass of sparkling
Good
water.
enough for Phil. It's good enough for Phil. It's what he wants to see.
Genuinely, and you can fade that music out, Mike. Genuinely, Mike was once described in a local newspaper as a velvet-voiced angel.
True story. I've still got the cuttings.
After impersonating Mick Hucknall.
Yeah, it's true.
And now he starts every song he sings a million times higher than necessary.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay, well, cheers,
Well,
guys.
Good
a
effort,
pleasure.
Mike. Thanks for listening, everyone. And if you're watching, apologies for these faces. Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye.
If there's heaven, then send me to hell.
Leave
So
studio.
stay in the light. Don't hit eyes on the prize. Hey, there goes the bell.
Lovely.